Well, hello. As you've seen from the last video, the catapult did not perform as planned. While I was trying to shoot the catapult, we had it torsioned as powerful as we possibly could get it, much leverage as we had, and it had a lot of force. I had high hopes for this to launch that cantaloupe. The biggest point of failure was this large crack in the frame that we had. A huge splitting, the whole frame compressed in on itself, and started to destroy itself. It looked like the whole catapult was going to snap. We stopped it before that happened. That doesn't matter because we're going to have to disassemble as much as we can to try to replace the board. Probably double layer it, maybe add like a little support going across as we originally planned, but this time actually put it in. The problem is disassembling it. I don't know where I used wood glue and where I didn't, which is going to make it very difficult to disassemble. The other failure was with the arm. The basket came off. Who knew that the zip ties wouldn't have held on? Couldn't have seen that coming. So when we put the basket back on, we're going to just use like a metal bracket and a bolt, and that should hold it on. So let's get disassembled. Really broke off. Well, gotta go to Menards. This is my catapult. What's left of it, anyway. Can you see the cracks?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You can see where the pipe, when it would spin, it was digging into this right here. So if I can just move this forward so that this hole has a much larger gap. So I'm going to make these boards probably the same length, but move that back a little. So I want to move the holes backwards just a little, so that there's more room away from the boards on the cross support in the front. That's where it's going to be. I'm going to drill the holes. So the first upgrade that I made was
I put these boards on the inside, so when they're getting pressed together, the board is supporting it when the torsion's going across there. Before, this board was mounted outside of it, so it's just the screws. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make, but hopefully it all works out. The siege captain locks the ratcheting system, allowing him to draw the rope free from the catapult. He then hooks up the quick release trigger system to the arm. The trigger locks in place. It holds it. There's some cracking again, but I don't see any of the wood breaking. What was that? He begins to fear for his life. There's a lot of creaking. He's going to fire. Inside his garage. Is this smart? No. He fires. The arm breaks, but wow, that was a lot of power. Oh my god, that was so much power. So, rebuilding the catapult, big success, except for the arm breaking, but that's a good sign, shows that it has a lot of power. So today, we're going to rebuild the arm, and my initial thought to do that is to use this fence post. It's round, so it should be a better shape for swinging. I'm also gonna bend metal to attach things to it rather than drilling through it, so it won't have a structural weak point, hopefully. So that's the plan for that. And then also, I'm gonna add more cross supports on the catapult. As the more cross supports, the better, because when we were shooting it last, there was a bunch of creaking. Okay, but yeah, that's what we're doing today. Cross supports and the arm. Okay, I put this cross support in, and I'm not going to put any screws in. I'm just going to have it hammered in. My thought is, when we did the last shot, when it was getting pulled together, the wood that was cracking was like the screws, or when the wood's compressing, it's ripping through the threads of the screws. I think that sounds right to me anyway. So this is in here very secure, hammered in place, and I think when it compresses, if it doesn't have screws to rip through, it'll be better that way. We'll find out if that's true. So yeah, this is just going to be put in here, wedged in, no screws. See if that helps. Also, the less drilling through the sides, the less weak points there are. So we're going to go for that with no screws. Next, I'm going to cut out the spot for the arm to let it swing all the way up. Otherwise, it'll hit this. Sue?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna try to fire the catapult with the ammo of choice. Now, the basket isn't at a 45-degree angle, so I don't expect it to go very far because it's gonna fling straight out, gonna get pulled down by gravity, but hopefully we don't hit the neighbor's house. So this isn't for distance, because if it was, we would angle the front of the catapult up to 45 degrees. This is a durability test. I see a crack forming. I'm just going to shoot it. I'm not going to crank it anymore. Wood is a feeble material. Wood is a feeble material, and my catapults are simply too strong. I don't know why I didn't want to just double layer it. I should have just double layered it. So now I'm going to double layer it and just put a second all the way down to here on both sides. But anyway, it has a lot of power. That didn't break. Does the basket still seem secure? Basket still snug from that? I don't know what else to say. I don't know. Maybe it won't crack all the way. You think I should just go for it? I don't think it's worth it. Because if it does crack, then I have to take it apart again and reassemble it. Whatever. We're done. I'm done. I hate this ride. Kill me.